Welcome so much to not the virtual podcast, unfortunately. Hello. There's no virtual podcast, unfortunately. The reason why we do not have a virtual podcast for you is because I am traveling back to Norway. So yes, that is happening. But we thought that it would be a good idea and a good opportunity to basically show you behind the scenes of your podcast, everything that goes into it.
Do you think they're ready?
Certainly hope so. They don't really have a choice. Let's go. I'm just gonna respawn. Welcome so much to backstage of the virtual podcast. This is basically our production desk. I actually want to bring you even closer. These are the animated cameras. Got a bunch of them, 10 in fact, and the textures basically show you how many seconds it lasts, where it starts, where it finishes, and an approximation on how the path is of the camera and what it aims at.
When you click it, it goes over there.
Yes.
See it on the big screen.
Yes, so once you click one of the buttons, it all do, and the producer does all of this. We also have these handheld microphones for the producer, so whenever the producer or somebody else feels like they want to talk to us, maybe you want to do a demonstration, Mr.
Get a move on, you're going off topic.
Yes, it's basically what the producer says.
That's what happens.
Additionally, we got this menu. It's red now because Hang Tight has control over it, but if I take control, it's all supposed to be going. Yeah, there we go. So this is basically a way for us to change chair sizes to accommodate all of the different avatars, including our camera heights. So all the cameras you see on stage there, they are all controlled by these sliders. So you can slide them up and down to accommodate each the height of everyone. So if Hang Tight demonstrates now, hopefully it doesn't break. No, it doesn't. Well, it's live synced, so, and the syncing of VR chat is a little bit iffy, but yeah, that's the essence of it. The menu can be transported to stage and back, just because it's easier for us to change the sizes of our chairs and cameras ourselves when we were there in VR. There's also this red button here that just turns this thing off if we're just trying to click it. There you go, it's gone. Because once all of those parameters are set, we don't necessarily need them anymore. After the video player, I guess. So this is the video player. This is a video player made by Wolfie. It's no longer supported by the dude, but it does come with hang on, let me just pause this stock music that's on it. But yeah, it comes with this video cue feature, which we've used before, but we no longer use. It's easier to just pop them in, play them on the fly. A little bit laggy sometimes this, and I think I should probably look into fixing some of the sync issues on this video player that has arisen over the years, because this is no longer supported by Wolfie himself. You can find this for free, by the way, online. His asset is there as a prefab you can download and add. But yeah, I think that adds.
It only has sync issues when we're in a hurry.
Yes, essentially. But yeah, this is basically where the producer stands. So if we do try to get a bit more of an overview, it's quite a large area. We got a bunch of space here. Got 2 sofas whenever we have guests that aren't participating in the show, that are just hanging around. Yeah, it's not much more than that to it. And all of these cameras have pictures. Like all of these small buttons right here in the group, which are the equal size, are static cameras, right? They're just all statics. But yeah, that about covers it. Before we take off and leave you, I think we should probably talk about what our general plans are currently for the podcast. Basically the 2.0 world, right? It's like a level up from our old world, which was essentially the first world I ever created, but we are going to try and increase the features that we have available to us, essentially. So in the new world...
Better. To the moon!
Yes. The new world will be... I will do my best to try and make it public compatible. There will have to be, systems in place to keep the stream safe, right? That being said, so new world, kind of already in the works. I'm working on proof of concept for the things we need in order to have it be public compatible. So essentially, whenever we start a new podcast, we'll just throw up a new public instance of the world, and anyone who cares to can come if they bother to. That and maybe some other things. I'm not really ready. I don't really think I should talk too much about those features yet, because they're still I still need to make a proof of concept for them and make sure, I and you are confident that we can do a whole stream that is safe for work and family friendly.
Very family friendly. Always on this channel.
Always on the... Yes, exactly. Maybe you could talk about what things we are planning to add to the virtual podcast to increase the production quality. Not really the production quality, but the content, I should say. The content.
Yeah, I mean, we've always brainstormed random things. But we're hoping to get a lot more into the podcast so we can maybe not go off topic as much. Or maybe we'll just end up making 4-hour long podcasts with more content.
Whoa.
No. We try to cut it down and not go off topic, but it's fun. But a few ideas we had. One that I think people might like are creator highlights or creator showcase. Maybe if you have a favorite avatar creator, world creator, instead of having them on the podcast for 2 hours and they have to deal with our bullshit, we'll just, we can go talk to them, take a little interview, make a little video about it, and show it here.
Yes, so essentially it'll be kind of in the same ballpark as our world highlights and game highlights, except kind of game highlights is the easiest, where we just play a trailer for an upcoming game that we've looked into, and world highlights is actually more often than not a custom-made video that I've made. It's usually just very simple shots of the world, and that I aim to be 1 minute long. Usually, sometimes it's longer, sometimes it's shorter, depending upon what I feel like it's important to have in, or if the world is so simple that it's difficult to even reach a minute on it.
Yeah.
But creator highlights, that will be a step up. So those highlights will be kind of more edited, I guess, and I assume we'll have to try and force it in to keep them between a minute and 1 and 2 or 3 minutes. That's the ballpark we're aiming for. Showing these videos, after all, we are a podcast, right? It's not necessarily a talk show, even though the more we add to this, the more like a Saturday night show we feel like on TV. And we aren't even on any podcast platform. We're only on YouTube at the current moment. Yeah. But I refuse to call us something
So are we
else.
really a podcast?
Yes, we are. Because if we don't call ourselves a podcast, then we kind of have to have actual content.
Oh yeah, that's dangerous. Let's not do that.
Yeah, no.
But yeah, the creator showcase could be a cool way for creators to be like, hey, here's an asset I made. This is what it does. This is my name. This is where you find it. Buy.
Yeah, essentially.
It's hey, here's my cool avatar.
Yeah. Exactly, and just maybe ask them a few questions on, how they got into Unity, and, it'll be interesting to hear, right? Because
do a little our usual introduction, who are you? Why do you play VR? Yeah. What do you do?
Absolutely. The thing we do to all the guests, essentially. Drill them. Ask them about their past, their traumas, just kidding. But yeah, so that's all in the works. Did I forget anything, by the way?
Well, everybody, we hope you found this somewhat interesting. And again, sorry we don't have a podcast this week for you to enjoy. But once Kenny's back in his homeland, we'll get right back at it. And we'll get into the good content that you all know and love to be the virtual podcast. If you guys have any recommendations or ideas, message me, message Kenny, put it in the comments.
Especially if you're a creator and you want to have a minute and 1 to 2 minute highlight video that I could make of your stuff, you know, absolutely get in touch and you can make that happen.
Or if you want to sit here and deal with us for 2 hours on a Saturday night.
That too. If you want to be featured,
it turns
fully.
into 3 hours.
Nah, not usually. Come on, it turns into like 8 or 9 because we go off afterwards.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
But yeah, the show is usually 2 hours, right? So usually 2 hours, including the break.
Including the break. That's true.
Yeah, we need the break. Anyway, yes, I think it's time to say thank you so much for watching this very honest, behind the scenes showcase, I guess. So yeah, thank you so much. We're off. I'm gonna head back to Norway, hop on a flight soon. So yeah, bye bye.
Bye.